How can we get our children to sleep better? That's the question everyone's wondering, right? How many times have you tried to get your child to go to bed and it doesn't seem like they fall asleep, and you go in there and you try to help them and they need a glass of water, and then you tell them goodnight and then they can't fall asleep, and you go back in there and it just goes on for too long, especially at the end of a long day when you're done working and you just are looking for that little bit of time that you can have to yourself before you need to get up, go to bed. Before you need to go to bed and then get up and do it again in the morning, right? Welcome to this evening's episode of Nature's Mysteries Medicine Show. I'm Michele Wildflower. I'm the founder and formulator for Nature's Mysteries Apothecary. I'm also the Director of Education for Nature's Mysteries Academy of Holistic Health. And this evening on episode 31 of Nature's Mysteries Medicine Show, we're going to be exploring natural sleep enhancers. And also what I wanted to look at is ways that we might be interfering with our child's sleep patterns. We're just going to go slightly into that a little bit, but if you're interested in taking a deep dive into boosting your child's immune function, you can join our free masterclass, which is November 20th. And in that masterclass, we're going to really take a deep dive into your child's immune system, what it really is composed of, what decreases immune function, what increases immune function. So you might want to sign up for that if you're interested in boosting your child's immune system so that they can avoid getting sick and they can, wear off our, what is the word I'm looking for? Fight off. There you go. They can fight off pathogens and be able to protect themselves when they come into contact with people who are sick, right? Because, why is it that sometimes, there will be a class full of children and there will be a sick child, and out of the whole class, maybe 3 of the kids will get sick and the rest of them won't, when they were all exposed to the same sick child? That's because some of the children have a stronger immune system than some of the other ones. And that's what we're trying to do, right? Is make sure that our children have very strong immune systems. I actually have 4 daughters myself and 3 grandsons, and all of them are very healthy throughout their childhoods. We didn't use any pharmaceutical medications or anything like that. We always turned to Mother Nature's pantry whenever anything went wrong, and she has never steered us wrong. And now I'm here, they're all grown up. My oldest is like 35, and so it's just amazing the abilities that plants have, and that's what I want to share with you, is so that you know that you have natural options as opposed to the medications that your doctors prescribe that have debilitating side effects and haven't been tested on children, because it would be illegal and unethical to test those medications on children. So the best way that you can avoid them is by trying to build your child's immune system up, making sure that they're strong so that when they come in contact with those, viruses or bacteria or germs, that they can fight them. And sleep has a lot to do with proper immune function. There's a lot of healing and a lot of processes that our body that takes place while we're sleeping. So making sure that we get a good night's sleep is very important for our children. And a lot of times, if it's hard for kids to get to bed, they might not get to bed till late, and then they got to get up early and go to school. So if there's things that we could do to try to induce that sleep a little bit, and some you might have heard of, some might be obvious, but just a little reminder, one that you might not have heard of before that I wanted to talk about is cherries. Cherries actually have melatonin in them. So you could get some frozen cherries if you were out of season where you were, and you could just put some in a blender and make like a fruit sorbet, and they could just eat like a little, and then it's almost like dessert too, and they don't know that it's really actually good for them and gonna help them fall asleep. So you could just in a blender, put a little bit of cherries, frozen cherries, and any kind of milk alternative that you like, whether it's oat milk, almond milk, or cow's milk, coconut milk, whatever your family drinks, put a little bit of that in there and just blend it up, and then they could just eat it, like I said, as a sorbet before they go to bed, and that will also help to secrete melatonin and help induce that feeling of relaxation and help them to take it down a notch and fall asleep easier. Also, sometimes, I'm not sure if everyone's aware, but staring at a screen for right up until the moment that it's time for you to go to bed can actually interfere with melatonin production as well. So it's actually advised to turn off the TV or have them avoid being on any screens at least about 2 hours before bedtime, so that their bodies can just kind of wind down naturally and not have, that constant stimulation of the brain that the TV or video games provide. So that's another option. And at Nature's Mysteries Apothecary, we actually have a product that you could use that helps to induce sleep. It has a variety of essential oils in it that are known to have a sedative-like property. It has frankincense, myrrh, sandalwood, chamomile, ylang-ylang, rose, lavender, and mint essential oils. I can actually show it to you. I have one right here. And this is actually a triple formulation that works really well for pain, insomnia, or anxiety. But since we're talking about using it for insomnia, you would basically just apply it to your child's temples and their wrists. And when my grandson spends the night, I have one grandson, well actually I have two 10-year-old grandsons. When one of them spends the night specifically, if he can't fall asleep, I'll say to him, do you want me to give you some roll-on and you can put it on? And he'll be like, yeah. And we'll put it on and I'll be like, still awake? And I'm like, okay, but you gotta give it a minute or two, okay? And not even 5 minutes in, he's like out like a light. So it's a great option. The base in there, sometimes when children experience difficulties falling asleep, it could be because they're deficient in magnesium. So I put magnesium chloride in there. And then if you look at it, you can see, let's see if you can see it. I'll try to get it. Can you see there's like gemstone chips floating around in there? Could you see them? See it kind of like float by? I'll do it again. I don't know if you can see them, but there is gemstone chips floating around in there. And so it's gem infused, and lapis actually helps to ease anxiety. Amethyst helps to quiet your mind. Sometimes when people experience insomnia, especially children, they might think it's because their brain has so many thoughts, but it could be their little heart's overloaded with emotion. And the electrofrequency of our heart is actually 60 times greater than our brain. So I put rose quartz in there, which helps bring down the vibration of their heart, helps align it with their brain, which helps to ensure a sound night's sleep. And then it also has aventurine in there, which helps to heal emotional pain, fear, and imbalance. So, like I said, just applying a little bit to the temples and wrists is a great way to help your child to take it down a notch and help them to ease into that sleepy time town that you're trying to get them to go to. And like I said, if you're interested in learning some more ways that you can help your child get to sleep naturally, you can tune into sign up for our free masterclass, How to Boost Your Child's Immune Function, because sleep has a lot to do with proper immune function, as well as so many other important processes in the body. We're definitely going to be exploring that in the free masterclass. So we'd love to have you join us. Like I said, it's free, so there's no cost, and it is November 20th. So you can go on to, actually it's our cover photo for Nature's Mysteries Apothecary, so you could just click right on there, and it has the link, and it will show you where you can go sign up and learn more about ways to boost your child's immune function. So we also have some retreats coming up that I wanted to let you know about. I know that if you've been following us for a while, you know that we host women's empowerment and spiritual awakening retreats. But for 2024, we've actually opened it up, and they're not all going to be only for women. There are 5 retreats that we have planned for 2024, and 2 of them are women only, and the rest are open for everyone. And the first one will actually be during the solar eclipse that is April 5th through the 8th. And where our retreat center is right in the view of totality. So we'll be able to see a clear view of the eclipse when it's actually covering. So that'll be amazing. And we have, so there's 4 cottages there, and we're overlooking Lake Memphremagog. And so the price includes lodging, but if you wanted to not be in a cottage with other people, there's lots of land all around it and beautiful yards. So we've decided to open it up, and if you have an RV or a camper, we're going to be, there will be primitive campsites available for folks who would like to do that instead of staying in a cottage. So that's always an option. And these are all inclusive retreats. Everything's included in the price. So this will include lakeside lodging, because it's an astrology retreat and we're trying to unlock the secrets of ourselves. You will also get an astrology reading along with, natal chart reading. And if you're one of the first 5 people to sign up, you'll actually get your reading done at the retreat. If not, you'll have to make an appointment with Ash the astrologer, and you guys can work it out after the retreat to get your reading done. But there'll also be workshops on your sun sign, your moon sign, the houses, what they mean, your rising sign, just so you can kind of unlock the secrets of yourself and discover who you really are, why you have the tendencies you have. And I believe that that's very empowering to get to know yourself in that way. So there will also be a crystal therapy session that you can enjoy, tarot card reading. All the meals for the whole weekend are all included. So that's 13 fresh, organic, vegetarian meals, all the workshops, meditation, like I said, the crystal therapy session. It also includes an activation spiritual toolkit. I'm just going to grab it real quick. And so what that is, I decorated mine like a little kid because, I'm childlike, but you wouldn't have to decorate it with mushrooms all over, but that's what I did with mine. And it actually includes a deck of tarot cards and a silk that you can wrap it in, and a crystal and a gratitude journal. And we're going to be making pendulums. You can look it up on the website. It's all on there. And it shows you all what's included in the Activation Spiritual Toolkit. So that comes along with the price that's included. And then all the workshops. And if you're interested in learning more about vegetarian cooking, because all of the meals that are prepared will be fresh, organic, vegetarian meals. And if you're interested in learning more about that, you can attend some of our cooking classes. If you'd rather just hang out on the water and be with everyone else and, enjoy good conversation, or be by yourself and go enjoy the metaphysical library or meditate somewhere or something, you could go do that too. So that's always an option. There's also a chakra cleansing and sound baths included. So that's going to be a lot of fun overlooking Lake Memphremagog. Then we're going to actually go crystal digging in Arkansas, and that is the weekend of 420, April 18th to the 22nd. And this again is all inclusive. It includes lakeside lodging, mining, and all meals included. That includes 11 fresh, organic, vegetarian meals, the cooking classes, like we said. So we're going to be doing mining there. There's not going to be a lot of time for workshops, but if anyone's interested in learning about crystal gritting with the crystals that you found, this is the Rock Hounds Crystal Digging Retreat, and we'll be going to Hot Springs, Arkansas, and the venue is a beautiful large house on the lake with big porches where everyone can put out their finds from the day, and we can all compare what we found, and you can show everyone your treasure. It's a lot of fun. That's one of the best parts. And that also includes a chakra cleansing, meditation, breath work, and the activation spiritual toolkit, as well as a tarot reading. And these you can sign up for at naturesmysteries.com. The next one is the Women's Empowerment and Spiritual Awakening Retreat, and it's actually called The Awakening. And in this retreat, there will be, Terry will be there, Terry Bowden from Spirit Guided Portraits, and Michele DeRosa from Michele DeRosa Healing and Coaching. And she'll be offering sound baths for us. And Terry from Spirit Guided Portraits will be offering Spirit Guided Portraits. So not only can she speak to your spirit guide or loved one, but she can actually draw a picture of it for you, so you can be sure of who she's speaking with, which just I think is so cool. And Terry's an amazing person. She's actually one of my best friends. I love her so much, and I know that you will too when you meet her. And spaces are limited for all these retreats, so if you're interested in signing up, you probably should get to it pretty soon. We also have sound baths included in that one, like I said, and chakra cleansing, the activation spiritual toolkit. There will be 3 fresh organic vegetarian meals. That retreat is June 28th through the 30th. So it's a 2-day long retreat. And there will also be chakra cleansing and tarot reading, like I said, and meditation and breath work. I'm not sure I've said it so many times if I already said that or not. If I did, forgive me for repeating myself. Then in August, we have the Alleviation, which is a restorative retreat, and we'll be exploring the countless facets of ancient healing. So in this retreat, my goal is to have as many different healing modalities for you to experience as possible. And so one of those that's included is a crystal therapy session, a Reiki session, chakra cleansing, more sound baths, and the activation spiritual toolkit. Did I say the tarot reading? And workshops. This one will include 11 fresh, organic, vegetarian meals. I don't think that's right, actually, now that I think about it, because it's a 2-day retreat. So I don't think that it's actually 11. Sorry about that. I'm going to take that back and say that it would be 5, because that's what it usually is for the retreats. If we had 11 meals over that 2 days, you guys would leave there, you know, maybe not as restored as a couple extra pounds heavier, right? So it's a 2-day long retreat. It's August 9th through the 11th. And we'll have, there'll be astrology workshops included, and cooking classes. Again, those will be 5 fresh, organic, vegetarian meals. And if you're interested in joining in and learning how to eat healthy or cook healthy, then you're welcome to join in on the cooking classes, or you can just sit outside with everyone and enjoy the view and the like-minded company. Then the last one that we have is the Women's Empowerment and Spiritual Awakening Retreat. This is the other women's one. That is September 27th through the 29th. And that one is called The Release. And for that retreat, what we're going to do is we're going to try to look within, find those parts of us that might be holding us back, that aren't serving us, that we need to just let go of so that we can make room for what's coming to us, right? We want to be in receiving mode, open ourselves up to all that's coming in, and so we can receive that abundance. So we're going to have a little releasing ceremony, and again, lots of workshops. The activation spiritual toolkit is included, tarot reading, Terry will be at this one as well, so we'll have the spirit guided portrait, meditation and breath work, sound baths, chakra cleansing, and lakeside lodging, as well as 5 fresh organic vegetarian meals and the cooking classes. So, like I said, these are all inclusive retreats. Everything's included in the price. If you don't want to do any of it, you don't have to. You can just sit back and enjoy the view and have meals prepared for you and just relax the whole weekend if that's what it looks like for you. Like I said, there's also a metaphysical library, so if you'd like to just go in there and immerse yourself in the library and get lost in the world of metaphysics, that's always an option too. And there will also be herbalism classes, of course, because how could I be there and not be talking about plant medicine and all of its benefits? So that'll be included as well. And we'd love to have you join us. There's so many. If one date doesn't work, we'll hope that you can work it out to join us for the next one. And if you are a customer of Nature's Mysteries Apothecary, or a student of Nature's Mysteries Academy, or a participant of one of the retreats from the past, you will actually receive a 10% discount. So all you need to do is just remind us about that. And you can sign up at naturesmysteries.com, and you can open the door to your spirituality. And we thank you this evening for discovering the essence of plant medicine with us. And tune in next week when we learn more about boosting our child's immune function. Thanks so much. Have a great night.